Hello and welcome back with me, Adam, joining me back on the bridge. So, we are going to today look at the second part of the exam, season 2 part of the exams, and I have the answers for 1 to 5. We're going to break it down in the exact same way we did before, so 1 to 5, and then we're going to do 6 to 10 in a couple of days' time, just so it gives people time to potentially do it on their own, or alternatively, I'll do it just before the end again so that you can catch up on anything you've missed. Just in case you do obviously struggle or don't know anything about the lower decks, as myself. I did try and watch the lower decks, however, there is a little bit of problem with that just due to the nature of I'm not overly fond of it, to be honest. I watched 2 episodes. Maybe I need to just give it another go and watch a little bit more, but I watched 2 episodes and quite frankly didn't find it overly good. So it's a bit of a shame because I'm actually enjoying this arc so far. I feel like the rewards are much better, especially with events like this, for example, and going into some of these different events as well. I feel like it's incredibly a decent arc so far, to say the least. I'm not going to say it's amazing, but it's definitely a decent arc. But yeah, so let's dive straight into the questions. So I haven't answered all of them as of yet. I'll do the other 6. I'll do the other 5, obviously, and then I could cover it on a video. But the first question. So, what class of ship is the USS Cerritos? And it's dead easy to find this answer if you weren't aware. So, all you need to do is just go to ships. And then normally every ship in the game has its own little blurb. So, if you go all the way to the end, go to the Cerritos. And then in the details section, normally gives you a little blurb. I don't know if it does on this ship, but normally does give a little blurb at the bottom, description. So it gives a little blah 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 blah. So as you can see here, the Cerritos is not one of those ships. A California class vessel, the USS Cerritos. So there you go, there's the answer for that one, for example. So the answer to that one, and that's how basically you find the answers to these things. Obviously a bit of Googling may help you if you are unsure. But stuff like that, most of the stuff, you can probably figure out for yourself. So what class is the USS Cerritos? It's a California class, so the answer is B. So you need to go and mine at least 1 Parsteel, and as I always say, you need to basically use the Discovery for this. It makes life so much easier and quicker. So use the Discovery, jump around obviously the galaxy, and do all of these missions. Like I say, you'll get it done in no time at all. But you've got plenty of days to get it done, so I wouldn't rush it either if you are unsure. Just guess them, or obviously watch the video. So yeah, the answer to this one though is the California class, so mine 1 Parsteel. So that's question 1 done. And then we're going on to question 2. So question 2, how does Commander Ransom get temporary godlike powers? You can kind of work this one out, I guess. So the first 2 that I worked out would be, I didn't put it down to augment engineering or Borg implant because that doesn't really make sense with regarding to godlike powers. So I put it down to 2 options, which was crystalline entities or alternatively strange energies. The answer is actually strange energy, so D. So that's the answer. But you can sort of, educated guess most of these answers if you haven't seen obviously the episodes themselves, which like I say, I haven't seen any. Well, I've only seen 2 episodes, so I won't say I haven't seen any when I've seen 2. I've only seen 2 episodes, so I haven't seen a lot of this stuff, certainly not the season 2 stuff. But the answer is D, strange energies, which equals destroy 1 hostile in the Orion system. So again, jump in, hit anything you can, and that is this one done. Okay, question 3. Let's move on there. So who becomes the security officer after Lieutenant Shaxs? This one was a little bit harder, and even it was a tad hard to find as well on Google, as it turns out. But the answer that you're going for is going to be D. It's Kayshon, which all you need to do for that is mine 1 G2 gas. So very straightforward. Again, jump in, mine 1 gas, off you go. Pretty straightforward. The answer to that is Kayshon. The others, like I don't really, other than Tasha Yar, obviously I've heard of. The others, not so much. But yeah, the answer is Kayshon anyway. Question 4. Here we go. Which Voyager officer does Boimler desperately want to meet? So again, I mean, I have watched a little bit of Voyager, but I'm not overly educated, I would say, in the Voyager style of stuff. Certainly not with the Lower Decks relation to it. So again, I had to do a bit of Googling on this one to try and find the answer. And the answer to this one is A. So Tom Paris. If you are a Voyager fan, you probably could work this one out off the top of your head because you probably know who Tom Paris is. Like I say, I'm not a huge Voyager advocate because I haven't watched too much of it. I've watched a bit of it, but not a huge amount. So I'm not 100% sure on all the characters, but the answer itself is Tom Paris. And something that you can work out off your own back as well is you can sort of get rid of or eliminate certain answers due to their reward or due to what you need to do to get the answer correct. For example, spend 1 latinum is very unlikely to be an answer, just because I don't believe with the way that these are going, spending 1 latinum is not what they're going for. It's all to do with either destroying minor hostiles or alternatively mine some form of G2 material of some form, and that pretty much seems like the way they're going. Also, like I haven't pointed out, is you get 80 per answer again, once again. So when you man store 10, you'll get 800, which is 1 pull worth of Ultra Crew tokens, just so you're aware of that as well. And the doggo's just walked in. I might get him up on camera so you can see him. Question 5, and then we'll get the doggo. Do Boimler and Rutherford convince the Ferengis not to poach Magatos? And again, you can, to be honest, you can work this one out because you know what Ferengis are like. They're very greedy and they just basically want more money. So you can rule a couple of out. For example, wouldn't make too much profit. You can rule that out because that's definitely not the answer. Would lose their FCA business license. Again, don't think they care. And then should sell self-sealing stem bolts instead. Very unlikely, so the answer is A. So Ferengis will make more money running a preserve instead, which is destroy 1 hostile in the Ingra system, and that seems to be the only logical choice. That is the answer as well. The answer is A. Ferengis will make more running a preserve instead. And yeah, that's 1 to 5. Hopefully this has been useful and enjoyable. Well, not enjoyable, but useful. Certainly, if you want stuff more like this, please leave it in the comments down below. I will do 6 to 10 in the coming days. I'll give you a little bit of time to do it on your own. And then I will obviously give you the answers so you don't miss out on the rewards. The rewards themselves for the season 2 part is pretty decent. Oh God, go back. So go to the end. They're pretty decent overall. Quite a lot of par steel involved. Again, same as before. So you get about 113, just under million worth of raw and tokens. And then for the actual main event, you get 216. Plus you get obviously the frame as well, which is pretty good overall, I would say. For such an easy thing, I think the rewards have been very good so far with this arc, and I hope that they go on in the future. But let's go and get the doggo, see if he'll come on camera. Winston, come here. Let's see if we can get him. Come on, up. Hello. He's a big boy now. He's a big boy. Say hello. Say hello to everyone. Trying to eat the mic, as always. Say hello to everyone. Go on then, I'll get down. Go on then. Well, there's my little pup. He's 7 months old. I know a lot of you ask about him quite a lot, so there you go. That's what he looks like now. He's quite a big boy now. But yeah, thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and I will see you next time. As always, fly safe. Bye-bye for now.